Hello and welcome to North Wilkesboro. We are here in ARCA this time. We did the late model stock recently to try to improve my racing here at North Wilkesboro. And I guess we're going to find out if it worked at all here in this one. Obviously, much different experience here in ARCA, but I'm kind of looking forward to it. I wasn't feeling quite so bad driving around in practice. We are the ¡1 car and a 2.4K strength of field here. So expectations are going to be high, I guess. But I'm not going to set them too high for myself, knowing that this is one of my worst tracks. But maybe we'll be okay. We're going to try to get ourselves a good qualifying run.
Green.
Pardon me while I focus up for a second.
Here comes your first time lap.
Not a very good turn 1 and 2.
One more lap.
Afraid to put it down, the throttle down.
The leader has just done a 18.91 pole position. That last lap was a 18.90.
Okay, that was better that time. Okay, that wasn't so bad. We got a 7. Alright, I'm happy with that. That's nearly my best lap. So I will definitely take that. I definitely had a little more grip that second time around. Once the tires warmed up, I guess. That or I just stopped stinking so bad at this for a second. But found the line I needed to do. I like kind of braking at that orange sign on the outside of turn 1. Turning in with a decent amount of brake. And gosh, it's hard to talk. I might not be able to talk very much this race. So braking at that sign, getting it down to like that seam on the track there. And then you gotta be really careful exiting too, because it gets really loose. And then it's kind of about staying near the bottom out of through 3 and 4, it seems like. It's a really unique track. It's very easy to miss the marks, which I'm going to do a lot of, but try to figure it out. See there, you get a lot of green if you stay near the bottom. But we have Kyle in here, which is awesome. Haven't raced Kyle since I came back from my break yet, but saw him in practice and said hello. Still got P4, even though he's saying he was a little too conservative there. Oh, I was about to say. I'm pretty happy with my lap. I was able to pull that off. That's one thing I've heard about this combo this week, is you do kind of want to be easy on throttle, because it will get loose on you. That's what I've been hearing in like the Discord servers and such. Especially out of 2, because I'm already feeling kind of loose. Kyle might end up coming and passing us long round if he's feeling good about it. I don't know how it's going to turn out for us. But usually I have a habit of driving my tires off. Hopefully not, though. I'm going to try to be smart about it. I think the key here for me is going to be trying to get into a rhythm and hitting my marks. And just do that for about 45 laps, the best I can. Now we're going to have to be prepared for if we get side by side, and that could get tough for sure. For my settings, I went down 2% on the brake bias. I always like to do 0 degrees on the steering offset. I think it was like +10. as default, but I always like just having it even in the middle. I went down to, I think, the brake bias being a little bit lower helps in 3 and 4 to get it down to that bottom line, though it can be sketchy on entry. So I tried going a little more aggressive with it, but then I was starting to get loose on the entry of the corner, so don't really want that. I kind of settled on 63% for the brake bias. Yeah, he gets that inside start. And it looks like so will we. The best inside start you can get. P1, awesome. That's a great sign. I've had some bad luck recently, so I'm hoping I can turn it around here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay up front, especially with a place I'm not too confident at, but you know, we're gonna try.
45 laps.
Gotta make sure I don't get into my own head
Line up on the inside. Pit road.
and start overdriving. Definitely want to get a good launch and try to get into that rhythm I was talking about. I have the feeling that these 45 laps are going to feel like an eternity. Short tracks bring out my nerves, for sure. But this has more of a Richmond-type short track than a Langley-type short track feel to it here at North Wilkesboro. It's not one of the really, really short tracks, but still definitely a short track. Super cool to race at a place with so much history. Really awesome that this place was brought back from the dead. Of course, that story pretty much everyone knows at this point. But love that it was brought back for the history, even if I don't drive very well on it, typically. None of that matters. We're gonna try to get ourselves a decent finish. I think I'd be happy with a top 5 in this field. I think I'd be very happy with a clean top 5 at a track I'm not very good at. Maybe that training in the late model stock will pay off for what it's worth. I will say that did help me kind of get familiar with the lines I need to run here to be successful. That kind of lane up type deal in turns 1 and 2. That seems similar to what we were doing in the other car as well.
The pace car speed is 44 miles per hour.
Well, let's see what the launch is going to feel like. Oh, we should be fine on the launch. We got a little bit of room to hit the gas pedal. I'm not feeling any sort of tire spin, so that's good. I'm going to give the pace car some space. I don't know when the green comes out here, so I'm going to make sure that I'm ready.
1 to go, next time by.
Probably will go as soon as the pace car goes in. I don't think there's a restart zone in this series. Don't have to worry about that. Just going to do our second gear start and see if we can't get clear of the guy on our outside. Getting ready to go here. 45 laps, North Wilkesboro in the ARCA car.
Car is off. Green, green, green.
Alright, great launch. Very happy with that. I gotta remember to be gentle with the throttle early on. Ease onto it rather than using it like a light switch. That's what they say to avoid, right? Don't use the throttle like a light switch. Gotta be more gradual than that. That's what I'm trying to remember here as we exit the corners. And we were indeed able to get plenty clear. Ooh, don't go too low and hit the apron, you loser. This is not even an apron, it's just grass. So, probably don't want to be driving through the grass.
We're currently currently set.
If I had to guess, that is not the fast line at North Wilkesboro, though I am not very good here, so I could be wrong. That would be news to me, though. I like that just tiny extra bit of turn I'm getting in 3 and 4. Definitely happy with the brake bias back just a smidge.
18.81.
Went a little bit high through 1 and 2 and lost some time. A little bit tight out of 4 there. Probably got on the throttle a bit too soon.
Smith is gaining on you. The gap's now 0.64.
I don't even feel consistent. My line's looking different pretty much every lap, but looks like it's car's tightening up a little bit, maybe.
That lap time was 18.90. Good consistency. Keep them coming.
Got a new player in P2 back there, coming up on us. He's looking pretty fast. We might not be able to hold on to it if he's on our tail. And make sure that we're not overdriving 3 and 4. It's really easy to do that. Push out wide, and all that's going to do is make you have to take a longer way around the track. Seems like that just loses you time. Nothing good comes out of that. A little bit happy on the throttle there. Need to be a little smoother. Constantly evaluating myself here, trying to make the right moves. Hopefully Kyle's having a good run. Started P5. Don't see him on the relative, but he might just be hanging in there. He says he thinks he might be good long run, so maybe we'll see him before the end of this thing. Climbing up the ladder. Car's still feeling fine on exit and such. A little bit too far up the track there. Able to get a decent run off though. Half a second behind us, the guy is back there right now. It's not going away, so I gotta keep moving fast. Fast and consistent. No mistakes. Or if you're gonna make them, make small mistakes. Which means if I'm about to push out and hit the wall, lift off a little bit.
You've just done a 19.
Because that is less devastating than slamming into the wall and breaking my car. Hey, there's Kyle. I see Kyle now. He's in 4th place, moving forward. Maybe he'll come past us before the end of this thing. If I'm going to do more of that, he probably will. Got loose on exit there. Usually it's turn 2 where it feels like it gets loose. So I'm going to have to watch out out of 4 as well. Hopefully this guy will race us clean, because he is catching. Obviously I want to try to hold on to this. He is catching. That is not good. Not good for business. Maybe I'm not doing good to my tires. I was worried about the rear tires, but I might be overdriving on entry as well and hurting my right front. I don't know. Might have been something I needed to pay more close attention to. He is there, right behind us. We're gonna fight for it, though. I'd love to get a win. That'd be great. Turns out it's kind of nice winning races. He's looking better than me, though. He's taking a wider one and two. Uh-oh. Just up down low. Don't get any, we won't get any wrecks in front of us we have to worry about. Let's try a wider entry here. Ooh, that was better. Alright, wider entry then. It's interesting because a wider entry into 1 and 2 is quite good here, but I think you do want to wrap it around the bottom in 3 and 4. Two very different corners. Really interesting place this is. That was not a good corner, a whole 10th slower. It's that sort of inconsistency that's going to hurt me. Alright, that was better. I think I gotta make sure I'm braking enough through these corners. Getting the car turned as I need to. This is where that brake bias is feeling really good. I gotta be careful because the harder I get on the brake bias, more I'm gonna turn in on entry, and I don't want to break loose, but that turn is helping me right now. I feel the difference. Especially 3 and 4. Being able to keep it down at that bottom line.
That lap time was 19.51.
Ooh, starting to get loose out of 2 for sure. Watch out for that.
You've just done a 19.61.
Now he's coming back up on me again. Had some questionable laps, I think, recently. Keep it smooth. Don't let the pressure get to you. Don't mind me just talking to myself. Things I'm supposed to know. Still right behind me. He's right behind me, isn't he? Being cringy. Ooh, overdrove the entry a little bit. I think we held on to it though. For a decent corner still. I'm definitely starting to feel that loose on exit. In fact, I think that's translating to loose on everywhere else too, so I gotta be careful here. Oh man, I'm nervous with him following behind me the way he is. He's very consistent. I need him to make a big mistake, so I can make a few. It's not fair. Why am I not allowed to make mistakes? Oh, he's right there. He's probably closer than he's ever been.
Great job. 10 to go.
10 to go. Oh man, I didn't know we had so few left. I'm over here not talking because I'm sweating so hard. Trying to make sure I don't lose this.
You've just done a 19.
You got lap traffic up there? Is that what I saw? That'd be interesting to catch that at a bad time. I'm kind of hoping we don't reach that before the end of this. So that could be bad for us.
That's good.
Last thing I need is having to take a different line or something while I'm struggling to run the one line I know. Come on. Outrun him. Keep it smooth. Don't overdrive.
That lap was a 19.66.
He might be close enough he could make a bonsai move if he really wanted to. I don't know if he's going to be the type to want to do that, but he is really close. We got 5 to go.
5 to go. We're in a podium position.
I'm pushing it a little bit on exit, and I don't think it's helping me.
You've just done a 19.73.
Is it over yet? I'm sweating. Two to go.
2 more. Let's
2
go.
laps left. You're P1.
I think I'm being too shallow on the entry of one. He's not there. I'm not going to
White
give it
flag,
to him.
Nice and smooth.
Come on, Colton. One more lap. Keep it together. We'll win this.
Come on. Yeah. Whew. Barely able to hold on to it. Holy cow.
Great win. You deserve
Whew.
that today.
You
That's
won.
the end of the
See
session.
you in victory lane.
Good race, man. That was fun.
Oh yeah.
Kyle gonna give us a congrats. Alright. We get a win! At my worst track, the training paid off. What a turnaround. I mean, I was the one car, so maybe I was supposed to, but get the tap from Kyle. 84-85. I'm really happy with how that went. I actually, well, I guess the left rear was less or more worn than the left front, interestingly enough, so I guess I kind of had a nice balance at the end of the day. Yeah, he moves forward. He gets on the podium as well. So great race to him. He was correct and thinking he would be good for the long run. I don't think I was good on the long run. But good enough to hang on to it. I had the chat muted, I think, so I don't know if the 8 was ever saying anything. I know I kind of cut it close with 2 to go at one point, so hopefully not too close. It was just a case where he nearly got to my inside, and he looked like he was going to move it there, but he wasn't there. So we closed the door. Very close, but he raced us clean, so I really appreciate him for that. He could have easily just given us the front, the bumper there. He was correct. High score. Congrats to him. New all-time high I rating for him. Looks like he's going to gain about 49 from this. About, puts him out around 3,400, looks like. So we both had great races, great results. We'll see the incidents out here, and then we'll take a look at those results once we're done with that. But it was actually quite a nice race. Really didn't have to dodge any wrecks or anything, which a lot of times, single split ARCA, you expect to have to do. Oh no, the 12 got turned around there. Looked like you might have got loose on exit. Hard to say. I think maybe the 15 came up a little bit too much. Yeah, probably just the 15 up a little bit too much. It's kind of weird here because of the dotted lines. Like that high line up there disappears into the wall, so it's kind of strange. I think they were racing hard and not giving much room. Unfortunately, they came together. It wasn't too crazy bad, but oh, here's the 6 entering just a little bit too hard, trying to make the move. Very aggressive there. He kind of does like a dive bomb. That can happen a lot at places like Richmond and here, where the fast line is when you take that wider entry, so that opens the door for this kind of thing. But the problem is, when guys don't take that wider entry, it doesn't want to stick, and so you'll get a lot of accidents that happen like that. And thankfully the 6 able to hold on to it enough not to wreck the guy, and he only hurts himself from it, so maybe something he'll reconsider in the future. There, the 14 sends the 10. That was pretty bad for him. And then kind of gets some instant karma. Tires are hot. They're all trying to smash the throttle. They're 3 wide. 10 kind of gives him a fair little tap there of disagreement. And then the 14's just going to wreck him. So, oh, wow. What a save. Holy cow. Never mind. Oh, that was coming to the checkered flag, too. The 14 tries to do a little crossover there. Doesn't quite get there. And that contact happens afterward, but the 10 gets by him, and I'm kind of glad he does, because the 10 was an innocent bystander to the 14 shenanigans. I see. That's why they're bumping each other so much. 14's wrecking, first of all. Wonder if they were yelling at each other in the chat. I didn't realize I had it muted. I guess we didn't really need to hear that. Probably would have just been distracting, so it's probably for the best I didn't hear it. Because I needed every ounce of focus I could get at the end. So that's why these guys are racing so aggressively. Because they are on coming to the white flag here. Kind of just interesting to watch this. But so the 14 gives the 10 the bumper on the white flag lap. Which I'm not sure I totally agree with, especially when you just send him like that. That's not a bump and run, that's like dump and run. But especially like I don't even like the bump and run there, just personal preference, because, I mean, you're racing for 12th, you're not racing for the lead, you know? So not only does he do it way too hard, but I don't really think that's kind of sketchy to do that for 12th place, you know what I mean? Then he kind of comes down on the 9, because he sends himself up the track because he can't make the corner. 9 did nothing wrong there. 14 slamming on the throttle, trying to gas it up. 10, that was a perfectly fair move by the 10. Shout out to the 10 there, because he had every right to be very angry at this 14 and just like wreck him right here, but instead he gives him a little bit of the right rear. I don't even know if it was intentional, but just enough to get by him. And as much as the 14 was trying to cause a wreck, he saves it, and he gets a 0x. So shout out to the 10. I liked the way he raced there. But that was all, because that was the last lap there through the incidents, and we'll take a look at what we got from this. Very nice to have a nice little finish here after a couple of bad luck races and just bad driving races. I haven't been driving too good lately either. Can't attribute it all to luck, but here we get some luck. We've got 32 iRating gained, and the fastest lap as well. Alright, that's cool. 145 championship points for our win, and a 24-29 strength of field. There's Kyle with his 33.65 iRating after the 49 he gains there. And here is the rest of your results. So thank you for watching that one. We get the win. Very happy to have been able to pull that off at a track that typically not very good at. So definitely take it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.